Let's see how the Vikings respond. Well, we're already seeing plenty of pressure being provided by the Arroyo Knights. The pressure pays off. Already a very quick turnover for the home team. Trieu, that time probably looking for Elias Juarez. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. But either way, Vikings ball. So that time was inbounded by Jeremiah Barajas. Ball finds its way back to Barajas. A nice cut in the back. Now it's Christian Cruz. And it is Mountain View Viking ball. Fernando Castro to inbounds. He does. Ball finds its way back to Castro. A good pass back, but able to rebound and make up for that quick mistake. Julian Castro puts it up and in. Lead is cut to 3-2. And plenty of speed there. Now the pull-up three-pointer. Yes, that one's good from Johnny Vargas. Plenty of speed, excellent dribbling skills, and he's able to nail it from downtown. Now looking for Fernando Castro. So early on, the pressure being provided. You know, this suffocating defense from the Knights proving to be a little too much for the Vikings early on. Hopefully they can settle things down and match the physicality and the intensity. Offensive rebound, and now from three-point land, that one a little long. Another offensive rebound, so another second chance opportunity for Mountain View. Fernando Castro able to find Barajas. Back to Castro. A good pass down low, trying to get that one up and in, unable to. That was Julian Castro. Some good defensive plays here. For a moment thinking if Gonzalez was going to pull the trigger from downtown. Ball finds its way now to Johnny Vargas. He has a screen. Is he going to want to shoot from downtown? Close to maybe taking a little too many steps. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now down low. There was some contact. Looks like Elias Juarez will be going to the free throw line. And that time it was a foul committed by number 21, Christian Cruz. So Juarez at the line. Here's the first free throw. That one short off the front of the rim. The next free throw short again, but unfortunately for the Vikings, an offensive rebound. Trieu from downtown. That one nearly got the bounce, but rebounded by Christian Cruz. Now Jeremiah Barajas. To Julian Castro, back to Barajas. Christian Cruz once again. Fernando Castro. Barajas was trying to do a backdoor cut with Castro. Now an easy deuce. Pull-up jumper for Johnny Vargas. It's 8-2. Surely right now, Vikings head coach Isaac Hall can't be thrilled with what he's seeing. But they've got to find a way to stem the tide against this very aggressive Arroyo Knights team. That turnaround shot was short, but the Vikings momentarily almost retook possession. One of the seniors, Julian Castro, nearly came up with it. Now Vargas with a pull-up three-pointer, rimmed out. Castro. Now it's Fernando Castro able to get the rebound. Now it's Christian Cruz. And given away, Johnny Vargas with a great play, takes it all the way, makes it look easy, of course. 10-2, and Isaac Hall already wants a 30-second timeout, does not like what he's seeing out here. Got to wonder if there's going to be some changes being made pretty quickly. And I think, if we were able to get closer and closer to this huddle, and if we were to wonder what Isaac Hall is saying, he's surely got to be telling his guys that they've got to pick up the intensity and be more physical and pick up the intensity. That's what's got to be done first of all. They don't match this intensity from the Arroyo Knights. This is going to be a very, very long evening. So it looks like Anthony Arazo has just checked in, so that's one change being made. Now Julian Castro was trying to find Arroyo, who's waiting at the three-point line. It was deflected out of bounds. But Mountain View Vikings maintained possession. Finding Barajas. Pulls up, kicks it out. Looks like Brenny Sosa for three. That one short, but an offensive rebound from Julian Castro. Looks like that time it was last touched by Luis Ventura. So 4:13 remaining in the first quarter. A 10-2 lead for the Arroyo Knights. The inbounds pass to Arroyo. Now to Barajas. Quickly finds Fernando Castro. Now to Arroyo. Now to Julian Castro. I'm not even sure if he was even able to get that ball off the glass. Vargas with a very good pass. Easily finished off by Elias Juarez. That makes it 12-2. Excellent vision from the Arroyo point guard. Brenny Sosa now. And this Arroyo defense just all over the place. And that time it was Arroyo who stepped out of bounds. And this aggressive play from the Arroyo Knights defense right now just continuing to prove to be too much for this Mountain View Vikings team. Yeah, I know, like I said earlier, easier said than done to say match the intensity, but they've got to put in the effort. They've got to do what they got to do. Jason Trio from three-point land. That one was blocked. Now let's see if the Vikings can get something going. Barajas to Arroyo. Arroyo now to Brenny Sosa. Will he take this all the way? Yes, he does, off the glass. And that's what the Vikings got to do. Build on that. Find a way to get those easy baskets. Don't just settle for jump shots. And Johnny Vargas being defended by Julian Castro. Now Jason Trio. Pick being set by Juarez, taking this all the way off the glass. And that was some pretty decent defense being played by Fernando Castro. Really not much you could say when your opponent is able to get through that physical play, muscle his way through, and get the ball off the glass and in. Julian Castro stumbled for a moment. Arroyo just got a screen from Castro. Arroyo gets the ball once again. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Brenny Sosa. You're now able to find Julian Castro. And just probably too many passes, not able to find a good shot. And Fernando Castro with a good block, but right after that, excellent play from Elijah Gonzalez. That's now 16-4 stolen. Here come the Knights once again. And off the glass and in, yes, it counts. Elias Juarez. Now the opportunity for a three-point play. It is 18-4. And the Mountain View Viking fans, to be honest, you can hardly hear them. And that's not surprising considering the way this one has been going. So Elias Juarez with the opportunity to complete the three-point play, and yes, he does. 19-4. What are the Vikings going to do? It's a good question, but one thing's for sure, they've got to finish this quarter strong. You can't be desperate and just start launching three-pointers. Got to take it one possession at a time. Julian Castro trying to take it all the way. Yes, and he's able to. Off the glass. Got a friendly roll as well. Now Johnny Vargas with so much speed takes it all the way off the glass, and that is something the Vikings cannot be allowing. Barajas, he knows he's going to have his work cut out for him, especially from what we just saw from Johnny Vargas. Now Brenny Sosa unable to keep possession. Julian Castro kicks it out. Three-pointer from Barajas. Yes, it's good. Definitely what the Vikings needed, but now Vargas from three-point land. Vargas says, hey, you guys just made a three, now it's my turn. Cancel that one out. It's 24-9. Barajas now to Fernando Castro. Can he take it all the way? He is able to get off the glass. Unable to get it to fall, though. 53 seconds remaining. Vargas now finding Guo. Back to Vargas. And he has just been the danger man all night for Arroyo. Easily finding Oscar Lopez, who just checked in. Fernando Castro to Anthony Arroyo. Little under 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Castro able to find Julian Castro. Back out to Fernando Castro. Now Brenny Sosa. Was not a very good shot. You could tell right away that it was not on the right place where it needed to be. And Vargas wide open, other end of the court, lays it up and in. 28-9. 3 seconds remaining. Got to take a shot. And Sosa blocked. That's the end of the first quarter. And that first quarter was pretty much all-out dominance by the Arroyo Knights. The score, Arroyo 28, Mountain View 9. A lot of work to do for this Vikings team. Glad you're able to join us for some boys varsity basketball action. I'm Art Iftikhari, bringing you tonight's play-by-play. This stream made possible by the fabulous Mountain View High School Vista Academy. So far, this has not been a good night for Mountain View High School sports. Right before this current game, it was the girls playing against one another. It was an easy victory for the Arroyo Knights. And the final score, let's just say it was a lot to a little. So we're ready to start the second quarter. And like I was saying earlier, it's very easy to say what the Vikings need to do to stem the tide or get back in the game. Like I said, easier said than done, but they've got to try something, and they've got to be more physical, got to try and match the intensity. But most importantly, what they really need to do is find a way to slow down Johnny Vargas. He's got the speed, he can shoot, has excellent vision too. So if they are able to do that first, that's a start. The shot from Sosa was not able to fall. Offensive rebound, though. Now another opportunity. Barajas for three. In and out. And looks like Brian Aguilar just checking in recently. Now Triu. No, that time it was not Triu. Instead, it was Tingu Guo. His shot was unable to fall. So 28-9. Jeremiah Barajas able to find Julian Castro. Unable to fall. Christian Cruz almost able to get the offensive rebound. And now the Knights looking to extend the lead. Came close, but that missed shot rebounded by Brenny Sosa. Now Barajas almost finding Julian Castro. Good defensive play from the Knights, but it is Vikings ball. It looks like Elijah Gonzalez has just returned for Arroyo. Inbounds pass. It's Aguilar. Kicks it out to Sosa for three. He had a good look, but it went off the front of the rim. And a loose ball foul. Looks like that one called on Brian Aguilar. Vargas with the inbounds pass, and very quickly gets it back. And Vargas being defended by Christian Cruz. Still Vargas almost got it in off the glass, but an offensive rebound, second chance opportunity. The turnaround jumper, a little long, but now another offensive rebound. That one nearly put back in. Another, yes, Oscar Lopez. And when you see that sequence of events, you get nothing good out of that. Second, third chance points. Arroyo just all over the place, whether it's their suffocating defense or cleaning up the glass. Johnny Vargas. Been hearing his name nonstop tonight. Now Guo from downtown. Yes, that one's good. 33-9. And looks like timeout called. Isaac Hall and the Vikings want to talk it over. Let's take a look at the recent results for both teams. On January 30th, the Vikings lost on the road to Rosemead 71-34, but before that, had 2 wins in a row, one at El Monte 49-32, and right before that, here at home against Marshall, a 69-65 win in overtime. That was definitely a thriller. But of course, no need to care so much about past results. What's important is what's going on right now. And the Vikings find themselves in a huge, huge hole. Aguilar trying to make something happen. He's able to find Barajas. Now Brenny Sosa back to Aguilar. Julian Castro nearly lost it. Cruz back to Sosa. Coming up on 10 seconds on the shot clock. The shot from Sosa, yes! That one is able to fall. Lead is cut to 33-11. It's a 22-point game. Vargas, a very good pass. The Vikings, excellent defense. Got to like what you just saw from there from Julian Castro. Barajas back to Aguilar. Aguilar shot, yes! So 2 good possessions in a row for the Vikings. Can they build on it? They definitely need some positive energy. The question is, will they find a way to slow down Vargas? A pass down low, nearly put in, but another offensive rebound opportunity. Close to taking too many steps, but the jump ball looks like the possession arrow in favor of the Vikings, and that time it was Oscar Lopez who was having a little bit of trouble. He got an offensive rebound, but was not able to finish it off. Fernando Castro returns for Mountain View. Jeremiah Barajas finding Fernando Castro. Got to be careful. You don't want to take too many steps. He needed help. He does find Cruz. Does set a pick for him. Cruz trying to take it all the way. Unable to fall. Castro with the offensive rebound. Puts it up and in. So Vikings technically right now actually on a 6-0 run. Now Triu, will he try and take this all the way? Kicks it out to Guo. It looks like there was a foul. And from here, it looks like Cruz does not agree with the call. Elias Juarez returning, and he replaces Luis Ventura. 4:04 remaining in the second quarter. It's 33-15. The Arroyo Knights with a comfortable lead. Still plenty of time to go. No need for the Vikings to panic, but they've got to start cutting the lead more and more. Vargas with a 3, unable to fall. Rebounded by Aguilar. Now Barajas to Christian Cruz. Cruz, plenty of speed. Slowed it down a bit, though, to Brian Aguilar, and unable to keep possession. And it's those kinds of mistakes the Vikings cannot afford to happen. You can't be shooting yourself in the foot. It's those unforced errors. It looks like just checking in right now appears to be Nathan Cervantes. True. Has some pretty good dribbling skills. Great defensive play. Taken away. Here come the Vikings. Julian Castro all the way. Yes! Off the glass and in. That's now an 8-0 run. Will the Vikings maybe start pressing? Vargas quickly pushing it up the court. And a jump ball, but this time it will be the possession arrow now switching, of course, to Arroyo, but the lead's now 33-17. Vikings definitely tightening up a bit, and looks like the head coach of Arroyo, Oscar Lopez, decides that he wants to have a little talk with his men. So that is a 30-second timeout. And so far, the Mountain View Vikings on an 8-0 run. Got to like what you're seeing from them. Like I said earlier, got to just chip away at that lead. And to be honest, you want to talk about something realistic. If the Vikings could go into the halftime locker room down by 10, I think they definitely will be putting themselves in decent shape to make some kind of a run in the second half. 3:20 remaining in the second quarter. Vargas to inbound the ball. At the baseline, Elias Juarez making it look so easy, and I think the Arroyo bench, that had to be what they were looking for. You kind of start going a little cold from the field with not getting any shots to fall. It makes a lot of sense to dial up something easy. Barajas' shot unable to fall. Let's see what the Knights are able to do. Juarez once again down low. Yes, he gets that one to fall as well. And I think it's safe to say head coach Oscar Lopez elected to go with some instant offense. And that time Julian Castro whistled for traveling. Now we definitely are seeing that instant offense from the Arroyo Knights. And with that instant offense, it's go down low to Elias Juarez, out-muscle your opponent and get that basket. And that's exactly what we've seen the last two possessions. Now kicked out, an easy deuce. This time it's Elijah Gonzalez. So I guess you could say Arroyo has put a stop to that run pretty quickly. It was an 8-0 run. This league back up to 22. The pass by Barajas. Perhaps a little bit of confusion. For a moment I thought it should have been Vikings ball, but it looks like it last went off of number 22, Jeremiah Barajas. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Triu able to find Juarez, and surrounded by white shirts, draws contact. So it is a non-shooting foul. There have not been that many fouls called in the first half. Vargas able to find Juarez and stolen nicely. Good work from Julian Castro. Finding Christian Cruz, but unable to keep it. Now it's Vargas taking it all by himself. That was not an easy shot, but he got it to fall. It's now 41-17. And just like that, Vikings had an 8-0 run. And now that's just a distant memory. Castro, some might say he was bailed out a little bit. Came close to traveling. That time the foul charged to Elias Juarez. 1:25 remaining. Anthony Arazo. Now to Christian Cruz. Looking for Julian Castro. Triu almost coming up with the steal. Castro with the jumper. Little too much on it, but he is able. The ball does come back to him. Now to Fernando Castro. Easy one. Cuts the lead to 41-19. So quick decision making for Fernando Castro to get that deuce after the offensive rebound. Johnny Vargas kicks it out. Finding Triu, and he's surrounded, doesn't have a lot of space. Almost able to get that roll. Julian Castro able to find Fernando Castro. Great teamwork there. It was Elijah Gonzalez whose shot was not able to go in. Castro now to Anthony Arazo. I think some of the Mountain View fans were hoping that he was going to pull the trigger from beyond the arc, but now Barajas does from really far out. Now Vargas the other way. The pull-up jumper, yes, he's been doing this all night. 43-19, 10 seconds remaining. The Vikings probably want to get the last possession of this quarter. Fernando Castro does have a size advantage there. Maybe could have been some contact. Now a shot at the buzzer off the front of the rim from Johnny Vargas, and it's halftime. The Arroyo Knights with a 43-19 lead over the Mountain View Vikings. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the start of the second half.
Put it through the hole like that. Okay. Lock it.
Hey, Loki, he's not gonna kind of butt. I seen her when I went to go to school.
Glad you're back for the start of the third quarter for this boys varsity basketball game between Mountain View and Arroyo. We're at the Mountain View High School Gymnasium in El Monte, California. I'm Art Iftikhari, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play. This stream made possible by the Mountain View High School Vista Academy. We're ready for the start of the third quarter. And so far tonight is it has been all Arroyo, a 43-19 lead. There was a small stretch in the second quarter where the Vikings went on an 8-0 run, but that success was short-lived. Christian Cruz cutting into the key very early. Castro nearly lost it, but was able to get it back. Kicked out to Cruz once again for three. Unable to fall. And Castro able to get the offensive rebound. And a loose ball foul called that time on Elijah Gonzalez. Not really agreeing with it. And neither does head coach Oscar Lopez. You can even hear the head coach of Arroyo saying it was a horrible call. And now Fernando Castro trying to back down, is able to draw contact. Looks like he will go. So it will be two shots for Fernando Castro. That time was Jason Trieu called for the foul. And this is obviously what the Vikings need. Get the ball down low, try and get the Arroyo Knights in foul trouble. The best thing for the Vikings would be to get some points with the clock stopped. Unfortunately, Fernando Castro unable to get that first free throw to fall. The second free throw from Castro, that one was a little too long, but taken away off the offensive rebound from Julian Castro, and yes, he gets that easy deuce, and that's another thing to point out as well too. If the Vikings want to get back into this, find a way to get those baskets off second chance opportunities. Take advantage of Arroyo mistakes. And now an opportunity for a three-point play. This time was Elias Juarez, and he was fouled by Fernando Castro, and he will go to the line to shoot two. So Juarez at the line, shooting two. First one rims out. And right now, when I could see what's going on the sideline, the head coach of Arroyo, Oscar Lopez, continuing to dispute and argue that previous loose ball foul call. Second free throw is good. I think the point he's trying to make is that there was no way that there should have been a loose ball foul on Arroyo, because I think he's trying to make his case that Julian Castro went over the back on that rebound. Castro now to Burjas for three. Yes, it's good. Lead is cut to 44-24. Exactly what Mountain View needed. Now Vargas trying to answer. This time is not able to. Rebounded by Julian Castro. Jeremiah Barajas once again. Yes, he's going to try from downtown. For a moment, I was thinking maybe he would go off the glass, but no. Easily rebounded. Julian Castro was unable to get to it. Vargas with the pull-up jumper. Yes, it's good. Been making that look easy the entire night. Barajas now to Julian Castro. Just now starting his dribble. Kicks it out to Fernando Castro. Castro with a jumper. Yes, it's good. Top of the key. Gotta like that shot from the big man, Fernando Castro. Nearly lost that time. Vargas once again, always wreaking havoc with his skills. I think he's a player who's probably only going to get a few minutes off each night because everything just runs right through him. Trio for three-pointer, and yes, he nails it. 49-26, lead is extended. Arroyo picking up the pressure. Brenny Sosa able to find Barajas. Castro for three. And Fernando Castro unable to get that one to fall. Jason Trio, he's got speed as well too. He's tough to slow down. Should be an easy one down low. And that time was Luis Ventura who was fouled, and he will go with the shot to shoot two. He'll go to the free throw line, to shoot two. He's probably wondering why he did not make that, get to give himself the three-point play opportunity. But either way, two shots. We are seeing the Vikings being a little bit more physical. I think the message they want to send is that they do not want to be destroyed on their home court, but down by 23, it's going to be really tough to get back into this one. First free throw from Ventura is good. Second free throw is good as well. Lead is now 51-26. Earlier, Barajas made a three-pointer. Then he tried another one that wasn't able to fall. Fernando Castro also missed from downtown. I think we're going to see the Vikings shooting more three-pointers. Barajas again, and that one's just not falling. And to be honest, if this is going to be the strategy for the Vikings the rest of the way, I don't see them being very successful. But of course, at the same time, got to try something. Johnny Vargas to Trio. Now Ventura down low. He's got a Razzo on him. That's definitely a mismatch. And he's fouled again, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot two more. So 4:46 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 25-point lead for the Knights. First free throw from Ventura is good. It doesn't appear that we're going to see some changes right now from the Vikings. Just as I say that, looks like Fernando Castro will be ready to come back in soon. And yes, he's actually coming in right now for Brenny Sosa. Barajas to Julian Castro. Erazo, who recently checked in as well, too. Now Christian Cruz. And just swarmed. This defense is so tough at times. Faking that shot, Julian Castro. Could have been a foul, possibly. Erazo for three. And that one's long. A long air ball. Vargas now to Juarez. Good defensive play. That one's blocked. Erazo needs help and unable to keep possession. Good defensive play that time from Elias Juarez. And what a pick set by Juarez. Vargas with the pull-up jumper. Stepped back. Juarez gets the offensive rebound. Trio for three. A little long, but another offensive rebound. Vargas for three. Can he complete this one? Rimmed out. Juarez gets another offensive rebound. And a good defensive play. And that would have been just very crushing for the Vikings to allow a basket after all those opportunities. Julian Castro's shot, definitely not on target. Johnny Vargas, is he going to want to slow it down or take it all the way himself? Instead, he finds Jason Trio wide open from downtown. Yes, that one falls. 56-26. And a timeout called by the Mountain View Vikings. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. A 56-26 lead for the Arroyo Knights. The Vikings doing everything they can to try and get back in this one, and it's just not happening. Erazo momentarily was stuck in the corner, and he cannot believe the ball went off of him, and it is Arroyo ball. Viking head coach Isaac Hall does not agree with the call as well. Either way, they could disagree all they want. The call is made. Johnny Vargas with the crossover dribble. Now to Elias Juarez. Down low. Had a little bit of trouble with it. Was Oscar Lopez, but he readjusted well. Gets that one to fall. 58-26. Julian Castro now to Christian Cruz. He'll fire from downtown. And just this three-pointers are not falling for the Vikings. Trying to take it all the way by himself. Unable to. That was Guo that time. Almost got it to go in. A good pass from Barajas to Erazo. Now Fernando Castro, Christian Cruz, Erazo again. Three-pointer. Almost got that one to go in. Rebounded by Guo. Tingyu Guo. Now a three-pointer from the outside. Yes, that one's good. And of course, who else? Johnny Vargas. Looks like he decided to take a little break from the point guard position and looks like he decided to take a break from point guard and said, hey, you know what? I think I want to play the two. Erazo now for three, and yes, that one's good. Lead is cut to 61-29. Little under 2 minutes remaining. And now we see Vargas playing the point once again. He'll fire from downtown. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded. Once again Vargas for three, but this one falls. 64-29. Barajas now to Christian Cruz. His jumper off the backboard, rebounded by Julian Castro, unable to get it to fall. Nearly stolen. And the Guo needs help. Johnny Vargas comes back to the rescue. Still Vargas, and he's fouled by Anthony Erazo. So a couple changes being made, a couple substitutions for the Vikings. Brenny Sosa and Brian Aguilar return. They replace Fernando Castro and Anthony Erazo. A timeout being called by the Knights. So a 30-second timeout. A 35-point lead for the visiting team, the Arroyo Knights. The Arroyo Knights also, Arroyo High School also located in El Monte. .104 remaining in the third quarter. Vargas looking for someone. He does find Ventura, and Ventura off the glass, but he was fouled. He'll go to the free throw line once again. And right now, you can hear head coach Isaac Hall explaining to the official that the Vikings are not getting the same calls as the Arroyo Knights, and it's frustrating. It really is. But at this point, when you're down by so much, there's really not much to say anymore. 66-29. Julian Castro. Aguilar faked the three for a moment. To Christian Cruz, back to Aguilar. So good penetration movement. Aguilar gets to fall. Luis Ventura now. Wow, looking kind of like a point guard. Getting a little comfortable. Fakes a shot. Going to try and take this one all by himself. And from here, thinking it might have gone off of Ventura, but instead they are claiming it went off of Aguilar. And he's shaking his head, answering head coach Isaac Hall's question, saying that he did not touch that ball last. And that time it looks like it was Oscar Lopez whistled for a push, but actually I'm going to go with that being a makeup call, to be honest. Brenny Sosa with the jumper, and that one just an air ball. Julian Castro thought he had saved it, but stepped out of bounds. So 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's 66-31. 35-point lead. Will the Knights hold for the last shot? That one from the corner, a three-pointer made by Devin Fimison. 1 second left. Aguilar three-pointer will count if it goes, but no, does not draw iron. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Arroyo Knights 69, Mountain View Vikings 31. So one more quarter to go, but let's face it, a very tall order for the Vikings just to even make this remotely kind of close. One more quarter to go. And it's senior night tonight here at Mountain View High School. Ceremonies already took place before this game for our senior girls from the varsity basketball, for the girls varsity basketball team, and of course from our senior boys for tonight's game here. But there's hardly been anything to cheer about for the home fans here at Mountain View High School. Fourth quarter is underway. Johnny Vargas being guarded by Brian Aguilar. Now being guarded by Jeremiah Barajas. Vargas taking it all the way, nearly gets it to fall. Julian Castro now with the rebound to Jeremiah Vargas. Now to Brenny Sosa, an easy layup. 69-33. Well, we see the Vikings press. Not really sure that's what they're going to want to do, because with the speed of the Knights, they're very tough to slow down. And yes, it was a jump ball situation. And we see the possession arrow going the way of the Mountain View Vikings. Christian Cruz with the jumper. Rebounded by Ventura. Looks like we're seeing another player who just checked in. Jagger Castaneda, unable to keep possession. Now it's Brian Aguilar to Christian Cruz. Fakes it, puts it off the glass. Missed, but excellent awareness from Brenny Sosa to get the offensive rebound. Put that one in off the glass. Vargas now looking for help. There is a little bit more contact, but now the Vikings able to take it away. Christian Cruz taking the pass from Brian Aguilar. Some good awareness. Barajas now to Brenny Sosa. The pull-up jumper, a little short. Tried to get the offensive rebound. The physical play definitely picking up a little bit from the Vikings. But that time a little bit the quick tie-up. And it is Arroyo ball. Castaneda to Fimison. A long pass looking for Juarez. Actually, Oscar Lopez. And he is able to get that one in. Brian Aguilar to to Christian Cruz. He's at the three-point line. Rebounded easily by Fimislang, but then taken away. Julian Castro now able to get an easy one. 71-37. Coming up on 5:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Vargas with the shot, and he gets it. But the case could have been made for some contact. I think the officials are letting these guys play a little more, considering that it's a pretty lopsided score, and I think everyone just wants to get this one over with, including the officials. And a full-on change for the Arroyo Knights. I say we just call it a line change like you would call it in hockey. Pretty sure head coach Oscar Lopez will be giving his starters a rest for the rest of this one. Now try and take this one all the way. Rebounded though. Fernando Castro now gets to it. But given away. Now it's Guo. And a timeout called by the Arroyo Knights. Also Christian Echeverria recently just came on as well too. A full timeout called by the Knights. So as of now, looking at the schedule, this is the last game of the season for the Mountain View Vikings. Question here is, will they be playing in CIF? At this moment, hard to say. I'm definitely not the person who has the answer to that question. We also see, from looking at the Arroyo players on the court, we also see Alessandro Camarena making his first appearance. Like I said earlier, Christian Echeverria as well. Also Jason No. Now a three-pointer from the corner. That one from Ivan Lay. Missed, kind of long. Barajas now to Fernando Castro. Will he want to take this all the way? Nearly did. Was definitely taking advantage of the mismatch. The Arroyo Knights don't have a lot of their bigs out on the court. Fernando Castro saw that, and he wanted that easy deuce. Julian Castro inbounding it to Fernando Castro. Back to Julian Castro, now to Fernando Castro again. The shot blocked, but he gets it back. Gets it in off the glass. Lead is now 73-39. Tingyu Guo from downtown. That one a little off. And it will be Arroyo ball. And that time it was Jason No, whistled for too many steps. A nice move from Julian Castro, that crossover. Fernando Castro will try from three-point land, and that one was pretty short. Tingyu Guo. Now Lay with the shot off the side of the backboard. He knows he could have done better. Barajas looking for Fernando Castro. Stolen and blocked at the last moment. Christian Echeverria not happy at all. He feels he was fouled. Like I was saying earlier, I think the officials are just making it clear they're going to let these guys play. And now it looks like Arroyo decides to call a timeout. So now with this stoppage in play, of course the sport of basketball is very well known for this. We'll take the time to thank the Mountain View High School Vista Academy crew for their excellent work for making this stream possible for everyone. Let's go ahead and thank our crew tonight, starting with Josue Moreno, Ryan Molinar, Joanna Ramirez, Cassandra Penado, Eileen Caldera, Justin Ramos, Jasmine Muniz, and of course, the man in charge of this whole operation, the man with the plan. They call him John Mann. So once again, a special thank you to the Mountain View High School Vista Academy crew for making this stream possible tonight. This has been a tough night for the Mountain View Vikings on senior night. It's a 73-39 lead for the Arroyo Knights. They basically have all their reserve players in on the court. And this is obviously very wise from head coach Oscar Lopez. I mean, if you're going to be playing in CIF, you don't want to risk any kind of injury to your starters. So that was an air ball. And now Julian Castro had it for a moment and fouled. And Echeverria called for the foul. So 3:45 remaining, and looks like the whistles, ironically, are increasing. Brenny Sosa lost possession. And he's actually called for the foul. Tried to take the ball away from Tingyu Guo. And now Jagger Castaneda comes on to replace Guo. So 3:37 remaining. A 73-39 lead for the Arroyo Knights. Echeverria being defended by Julian Castro. Another change for the Vikings. Looks like Freddie Garcia is coming on to replace Nathan Cervantes. Camarena whistled for traveling. Brenny Sosa maybe trying to do a little too much on his own. Did take the shot, did not fall. Now Echeverria trying to take this by himself. His shot is blocked. So it seems like we're seeing a lack of teamwork, and of course now a foul in the backcourt. Brenny Sosa. Now Fernando Castro. Nearly stolen. The aggressive play on defense continues from the Knights. Doesn't matter who's on the court. Brenny Sosa. Now Castro for three. Yes. So Fernando Castro hits the three-pointer. 73-42. 2:18 remaining. Echeverria faking the pass, knocked out of bounds. So yes, and a timeout is called. 2:10 remaining. Fernando Castro nearly collided with his teammate Julian. And now Echeverria whistle for the foul. And with his frustration, he's whistled for delay of game. And so it looks as if Echeverria has been charged with a technical foul. And at this point, I can only wonder why even the need for a technical foul, especially from the team that is winning by 31 points. Yep, you're hearing it correctly. Up by 31 points, and we get a technical foul from the team in front. Castro with the free throw. And that's right, with technical fouls in high school means it is 2 shots plus the ball. So here's a second free throw from Castro. And it just has not been Castro's night tonight from the free throw line, unfortunately. Julian Castro able to find Fernando Castro on the inbounds pass. Fernando Castro trying to take it himself, but Julian Castro almost to the rescue. Now Fernando with the offensive rebound. Lots of traffic down there. Fernando Castro again blocked from behind. Now to Julian Castro, not trying to force it. Fernando Castro down low again, surrounded by blue shirts. And it appears that Castro might be going to the free throw line once again. So yes, 2 more shots for Fernando Castro from the free throw line. He missed 2 free throws previously after the technical foul that was called on Christian Echeverria. So let's see if he'll make his adjustment from the free throw line. Yes, he does. And that's definitely something Fernando Castro, that free throw, exactly what Fernando Castro wanted. It's been a frustrating night. Second one, though, a little long. He's got the stroke. He's got the rotation on the ball, just a little bit too much. So coming up on 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. You have to wonder how many more timeouts and fouls and turnovers there will be in this last 60 seconds or so. So Julian Castro able to get that shot to fall. And yes, another foul is called. And that time it was Jason No whistle for the foul. There'll be more free throws for the Mountain View Vikings. Now Julian Castro at the line to shoot 2. First one's no good. That last free throw nearly rimmed out. So about 30 seconds remaining. Arroyo with a commanding 73-46 lead. That time driving to the basket was Jagger Castaneda. And yes, he was fouled. 6 seconds left, and there are 2 more free throws. First free throw is good. That makes it 74-46. Not sure what all the commotion is about. The next free throw is good, so that makes it 75-46. And Castro, maybe the last basket of the night. Nope, goes out of bounds, and that is it. The final score, Arroyo Knights 75, Mountain View Vikings 46. Glad you're able to join us tonight for this stream made possible by the Mountain View High School Vista Academy. I'm Martis Takari, proud to have been able to bring you tonight's play-by-play. Thank you for watching and have a good night.